WholeFoods30, the experiment. That's what I'm going to call this vlog right here. And why was it an experiment for me? Because I'm trying to figure out, without taking drugs, over-the-counter medicine, prescription drugs, without taking that, to get rid of these. And when I say these, migraines. I get them often. And it got to a point last year where I was, and let me restart that. So WholeFoods30 wasn't just for the migraines either. It's for the getting myself acclimated to get on a better, healthy system to get rid of this, to get rid of, you can't see this, but to get rid of my fatness. But my ultimate goal, on top of the healthy restrictions, because with WholeFoods30 you couldn't have sugar, couldn't have alcohol, you couldn't have breads, no carbs. So, with that being said, in the last month, I've had about 3 bad migraines and, I don't know, 2 to 3 headaches. Like minuscule headaches, something I could easily take pain meds, Excedrin, and get rid of it. But I didn't have to resort to, I do have leftover medicine from the doctor, I didn't have to resort to that and use that. I've been on 3 different prescriptions to get rid of migraines. The first 2 did not work whatsoever. In fact, they made me have more migraines. Then my third one that my doctor had put me on, I can't tell you what it is at the moment, what I was on, but it kicked the migraines away, I'll give it that. But what it also did was make me really, really tired. I'd be at work falling asleep. Like, it didn't not just knock me out for 8 hours of sleep, it knocked me out for 24 hours of sleep. Like, I could not stay awake. And after a while, I was just like, you know what? I'm done. I always said I would never take pills for my headaches. And no, like, I take Excedrin, but I always say I would never go talk to someone about, hey, get rid of this for me. Like, I hate taking pills. And I was like, how can I better myself and get away from taking drugs to get rid of migraines? So, try not to make this vlog long, guys and gals, but it might be like 10 minutes. Sorry if you don't want to stick around and hear me ramble on about my life. Go ahead and leave. But anyways, so what did I learn in this experiment, WholeFoods30? And I say this because I've done WholeFoods30 before. The first time I did WholeFoods30, I had my coach / he's my chiropractor, and he was my coach. He was 100% on, and he was giving me everything I need to do within a restriction. The first time I did WholeFoods30, the first week, I literally only had chicken and vegetables. That's all I had. And it wasn't every single day. It was like, I would fast for 8 hours, come home, have a dinner. And that was it. I had 1 meal a day. And then, but on the in-between days, I wouldn't even eat. So I kind of fasted on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it made sense why I lost so much weight so fast. In my mind, I was basically starving myself. And this time around, I didn't want to do that. So I looked up the WholeFoods30 diet. And instead of just controlling myself to one portion or one type of food, I took the list that Whole Foods gives you. You look it up, WholeFoods30. You can have every vegetable in the game. I'm not a big fan of potatoes, so I stay away from them. You can have sweet potatoes. Once again, I didn't have any potatoes the whole time. You can have any meat, any veggie. You have to watch your fruit intake, because what does fruit have in it? It has natural sugars, which I was really shocked to see that WholeFoods30 recommends oranges and apples, because oranges and apples have a lot of normal natural sugar in them, but I ate them anyways. When I was trying to fast at work, throughout the last 4 weeks, I would have just 2 oranges for lunch and maybe a banana when I got to work or something like that. I kept it really small, and then I'd have somewhat of a big dinner when I came home, between burgers and a veggie, bacon and a veggie, steak and a veggie, chicken and a veggie. And then the last week I kicked it in and put the fruit in it, so I did strawberries and chicken, strawberries and fish, strawberries and you name it, I did it. So you can have berries. You can have raspberry, blueberry, or raspberries, blueberries. I can't think of the other one. There's another one out there. Anyways, you can have berries. because they're not a high sugar intake. But I'm not a big fan of any of them except for strawberries, so I went with the strawberry route. This experiment, once again, it reduced my migraines. It reduced my headaches. I only had to call out, I think, twice out of work for having a migraine, and the third one was on a weekend. Nothing like you're trying to relax on a weekend and having a migraine. It's horrible. But so somewhere in there, taking breads out of my diet, taking sugar out of my diet, and taking alcohol, because I wasn't really drinking much, but it's something you gotta take out. And it reduced my headaches. What's funny about this is when I did keto the first time around, we're already up to 6 minutes, definitely apologize again. When I did keto the first time around, after WholeFoods30, I cut the same stuff out of my diet. No sugars, no breads. I didn't drink alcohol for like 6 months. And I lost a ton of weight. I was down 54 pounds in a matter of like 3 months. I mean, I was killing it. And I'm going to say this on cam right now to you guys. I'll never forget it. The day I quit the gym, the day I was like, I'm done. And I literally did. I was at the gym, I'm walking on the treadmill, and I deal with depression, and it kind of got a hold of me. It was like, the bad depression's over here, the good, positive, nope, that wasn't here anymore. Like, I was just nonstop in my head. And I was like, I'll never forget, I was at the gym walking, and there were people around me, and I was like, literally like, F this, yelled it out real loud, turned off my machine, wiped it down, grabbed my clothes, and I walked out. And I really haven't done much physicalness since. I did a little walking last year, might have lost like 5 pounds or something. I was trying, the last couple of years I've just been trying to get into doing something. And I just couldn't do it. Couldn't raise myself to do it. I was just in my depressed mode, my lazy, fat mode. I didn't want to do anything. And it wasn't until I talked about this, I think the first week of WholeFoods30, I talked about this. It wasn't until my coworkers started talking about needing to lose weight, wanting to lose weight. And I was like, yeah, good luck with that, like, I didn't really think nothing of it. I always have my best thoughts when I'm not at work. So it's either on my way to work or my way out of work, and my mind just starts fluttering with ideas. And I was like, man, my coworker's jumping on it. Great for him. We're doing it too. And it's not going to be for people. It's going to be for me. I got to do it. I'm huge again. And I wasn't going to say this before. I was going to let you guys know once I lost all the weight of what I was down to. At the end, when I finally lose all this weight and I feel great, I will show a side-by-side picture of what it was. At the start of this year, I want to say April. So not really start of this year, but in April, I requested a scale, and a really good scale. It's a digital one. My parents actually bought it for me for my birthday, and I was like, man, is this a hint? But in all seriousness, so I opened up the scale. They got it to me in February. I didn't open until April, because I was like, I ain't doing shit with this, But no, seriously, I got on it, and I was 275. The biggest I had ever been. And I said, man, and God rest his soul, and I don't mean this bad to you. I know you're listening to me. I'm going to say your name, Xavier, Kyle. I don't want to end up like you, man. And this is no offense to you, brother, but yeah, I just don't want to end up huge and I'm dying in my late 30s to early 40s. So I start thinking about coworkers, start thinking about, my buddy that passed away. He was a big guy, and now he might not have died to that, but it probably didn't stop him from dying. So I start thinking, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I got to push forward. I got to push forward. I'm sick of being big. Once you start buying 4X clothes, and I think my pants are 42, 44, you have to go big and tall every place. It starts getting really expensive. And I'm like, man, I got to stay focused. I got to move forward. What can I do? This is probably going to be like a 15-minute vlog now. I'm looking, because we're already at 10 minutes. But anyways, I'm trying to hurry this up for you guys. So I got to push in the right direction. So I started in April at 275. The biggest I've ever been. Is I got to do something. I got to do something to change my life. So before I hit WholeFoods30 over the last month in June, I So from April, May, July, is that April, May, and June? Oh, we were just in July. So April, May, June, for 3 months, I started watching what I was eating. Wasn't eating a lot of breads anymore. Was watching my sugar intake. Wasn't really drinking anymore. I have a whole fridge of beer that that's just sitting there. Maybe for someone to come over and have a drink or something. Or maybe I'll cheat a day and have a beer or something. I actually more like gin and tonic. But anyways, besides the point. Come here. Every time I'm on camera, my cat's got to be meowing over here. 1 second. Look at this. This guy. Every time I'm meowing, every time I'm on camera, he's like, "Hey guys, I want to meow. I want to be here too." But anyway, so like I said, I just had to push forward. So for the last 3 months before July, I started watching everything I was eating, and shockingly enough, I lost a ton of weight. And like I said, it was in 3 months. It wasn't a lot, but I was at 275. When I started WholeFoods30, you're not supposed to check your weight for the whole month, but I want to know. When I started WholeFoods30, I was at 257. Boom! Wow, how did I go from 275 down to 257? I don't know, just watching myself. Because I wasn't really working out. I wasn't really doing any extra extenuous walking or anything. I was just watching what I ate. But I kind of plateaued. I wasn't really moving anywhere. Because on top of eating healthy, you got to move forward. You got to at least walk every day. Or do some kind of, calisthenic or workout. So I jumped on the WholeFoods30. I lost 9 pounds for the first 3 weeks. Unfortunately, I checked the scale Sunday, checked the scale this morning. I was at 248, 789. So I didn't gain any weight, but I didn't lose any weight. And I really need to get back to the gym. And unfortunately, like I said, today wasn't too bad. Today was a pretty light day at work, but normally I am sweating my ass off at work. And I'm trying to get, I don't have, like today I have a ton of energy. Like I said, it was a pretty lax day at work, but normally, like tomorrow's going to be a busy day. It's always a busy day on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The rest of the week will be busy, be packed. And unfortunately, it's like I am so exhausted by the time I get out of work. And it's because I'm big. And it's because I'm just out of shape. And hopefully, so this would be week 3 of the thing I'm doing at work, and I got 3 more weeks hopefully, and after that my plan is to get back to walking. Now my coach already invited me out to walk with him at the park. I'm not sure when he gets out of work, probably 6 p.m. So if I have to go back to that shift, it'd be a lot easier to walk right after work. So that's the plan. So moving forward, and what I learned in this experiment is getting rid of bread, sugars. I don't even think of alcohol because I don't really drink. So breads and sugars alone help me get rid of my migraines. It also helped me to move forward in the right direction. My buddy, I talked to him today about the diet he's on. I'm not really sure if I'm interested in that type of thing. I'm probably just going to stick to keto. Now, with keto, you have your proteins, you have your veggies, you have a small bit of fruit, not a lot, because of sugar, not because of sugar. And you're not supposed to have unhealthy foods, pizza, alcohol, ice cream. Now, I like to call those cheat days. You take a cheat day every once in a while. And that's probably what I'm going to do at some point, because I've been craving pizza. And I know when I say I crave pizza, I crave it like a ton. And then I have 2 slices, and I'm like, oh, why did I eat that? I feel like crap now. Sorry, my cat is crazy right now. It's not used to me talking to a camera again. Yeah, so I learned a lot. I learned. You know what? Let me tell you guys something I did this morning, because I just wanted to see how bad sugary foods were. Sorry, my cat. Hang on a second again. This guy's being a butt. Alright, so anyways, I did something really stupid today. Look at this cat. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this out, see how it goes. So lately I've been eating, stuff with little to no sugar, maybe 2 grams of sugar or less, right? And let me put my cat down here, he's awfully heavy. Hopefully he stops meowing. So I did an experiment this morning. I was like, alright, it's been a month. let's try something with sugar. Orange juice. People claim orange juice is good for you. Hang on. Anyway, so I did an experiment this morning. I got to work, had the orange juice, and I was like, this is not orange juice you buy at the store. This is not orange juice you squeeze yourself. This is orange juice in a plastic bottle. You know, like, can't think of the brand name. Anyways, it's in a vending machine. I look at the ingredients on the back. It says 42 grams of sugar. Of course, it also says no added sugars. But I'm telling you right now, there's sugars in there. It might not be real sugar. It might be like dextrose or some sugar, some sweetener in there besides real sugar. So I buy this, and I'm like, man, this is going to go really bad. But I'm going to do it anyways. Because I was hungry. I didn't have a banana. I didn't have my oranges. So I was like, I need something in my system to get moving, right? And as I'm walking out to the floor, out to receiving, I see people carrying monsters around. I'm like, oh my God. I just, I was just like thinking, like, I could not even think about grabbing me a monster because, there's so much sugar in Monster, I probably would just pass out. Anyway, so I had this orange juice, right? And I open it up, boom, pound down half of it, right? It was like, I'm like sour. That was the face I made. It was so sour, sugary, and I was like, oh my God. And that's what happens when you take sugar completely out of your diet. And I was like, so I came back to it like an hour later. I let it sit there because I was like, I'm not drinking that. I came back to it. I tried it down the rest of it. I couldn't. I closed it up, tossed it in the trash. I said, I'm done. I can't drink that crap. And what's funny is as soon as I drank all that sugary drink, instantly it started getting a headache. I was like, boom, got to get rid of that sugar. So moving forward, oh my God, we're almost at 20 minutes. I'm so sorry. It's going, I could just ramble on about everything. Going forward, I'm going to try to continue WholeFoods30, so I guess WholeFoods60. But on top of that, do keto. There might be a cheat day in there. I really want a pizza, is what it is. Tonight, I'm not doing that. I took out 4 already pre-made patties, no sugar in them, and then because now I can have cheese, WholeFoods30 you can, but if I go in the perspective of keto, I can have cheese. So I'm going to slice up some Swiss cheese, lay it on that burger. I don't know what my cat's doing, and probably make like cauliflower or a broccoli side with it. But yeah, just going forward, I'm probably going to go in the keto direction because that's all I know, and that's what I know. And might be a cheat day in there somewhere. I just know what's going to happen. I really love my ice cream, even though I can't deal with dairy products, but I really love them anyways. And I really love my pizza. And you know the worst part about that is that I love pizza so much is I've got 5 empty boxes of pizza in my house right now. I was gonna throw them out. It was kind of like the whole time I'm doing this WholeFoods30 was kind of like hey, this is what you had. If you keep eating me, you're gonna keep looking like this. So I left them there. I was like, I'm not gonna throw these out because it's kind of like a detour to like, hey, don't keep eating this stuff. So even though I'm craving pizza, I see that, and then I think about, God, pizza. Like I have 2 slices of a whole pizza, and then I'm like, oh, I feel like crap. And that's what pre-processed food does to you. That's what sugar does to you. It makes you feel like crap. So anyways, I just wanted to give you guys an update of where I've been. So I didn't gain any weight over the last week, but I also didn't lose any weight. I made like 248 pounds, which is surprising since I was at 275 back in April. So I've lost the weight. I really feel like I haven't really done much. I'm still wearing the big shirts because I'm not going to go buy new clothing. Just wanted to give you guys an update. I'm sorry it's 20 minutes long. I can't even believe it's that long. And yeah. That being said, I will see y'all in the next one. I hope you have a good one. See you next Monday, and I'll tell you where I'm going. Peace.